Hi, my name's Jess. I've been with the lifestyle consultant now for, I think, just coming on 3 months. Um, During that time, I have learned a lot. When I first found Scott and the lifestyle consultant, I was at a pretty big crossroads in my life career-wise. I'm a bit of a mixed bag of tricks. I've done sort of a bit of everything in the past. I studied law, I worked for a tech startup, I worked in sales, account management. Then I did a little bit of marketing, but not a lot. And then I actually got fired from a job for being too qualified, having just moved to a new spot. And so I was in a bit of a low area in my life. I just moved. I couldn't find any work locally. It was looking like I was going to have to move back to the city, which I really didn't want to do, because a big priority for me personally had become lifestyle happiness and living somewhere that I loved and enjoying, being outdoors and escaping the rat race and the concrete jungle a little bit, just for me personally. And then yeah, I found Scott online, and I was definitely interested in what he had to say. I thought he had this really unique way of delivering something genuine. And I liked the fact that he was a surfer and that he was telling this real story. So I thought, oh, why not? And I booked a strategy call. Then from the strategy call, I still was unsure and skeptical. Of course, it's like I've just found this guy online. He's selling me this dream, basically. It just sounds too good to be true. But I got a lot of value from going through his testimonials, and then while I was on the call with him, I was like, oh no, I think this guy he's legit. Like this all sounds good. It sounds great, but still, is it a scam? I'm not sure. And then there was a point in the phone call where he asked me how much money I make a month and how much I would like to make a month. And I sort of said like, oh, well, I think 5 grand would be pretty nice. I could, pay off my mortgage and maybe save for a holiday here and there. Like that would be great. And he just said to me, what, that's all? And I was like, what? Like I've never had anyone say that to me, let alone someone that hasn't met me or we've just been chatting for a little bit. And I obviously took that as him believing in the value of his course that maybe could get me there. And so that got me over the line. Ultimately, I thought, well, if someone that's never met me thinks that I can use his materials to get to that point, then that sounds pretty fantastic. Um, so yeah, I signed up and I can't recommend it highly enough. It's really changed my life. There are a lot of processes and procedures in the course that are not just work related. Although that is incredibly valuable, there is a lot to do with your general wellness and lifestyle and setting personal affirmations and gratitude, all different components that have definitely changed my life. I am dealing with a younger brother who is very ill. He is battling with cancer, so he spends a lot of time in hospital and out. And the course has given me the ability to have the flexibility to spend time with my family when I need because I am my own boss effectively. And that I've really appreciated. And, it was really hard at first because I'd be on an awesome roll with the course and I'd spend a week and then he might end up back in hospital. So I had to take a week off and then I'd pick up the momentum again and again. And part of Scott's course is that he recommends, you spend an hour every morning doing a sort of form of researching and that maybe you just read through your sales script once just to help you get more clients. So I got into the rhythm of it, and it must be that odd thing that if you read something 22 times, it sticks in your head forever. Because I was leaving the hospital one day, and this unknown number called me, which I never normally answer. So all the stars aligned on this one, and I answered, and it was a family friend, an architect, which wasn't my niche at the time. But I found myself qualifying her and rolling through the sales speech, literally as I'm leaving the hospital to go home, and it was a pretty stressful day, and it was just rolling, and she was just loving it, and I couldn't believe how easy it was flowing, and by the end of it, I had my first client. Walking down the street just from reading the sales script over and over again, it sort of just came out really naturally. And I hung up the phone and I was just like, oh my gosh, wow. Like if I can do that walking down the street after a stressful day in the hospital, like let's do this bad boy. This is awesome. So that was amazing. It was a really great feeling and I'm extremely grateful for it. Uh, as far as what hurdles I've had to overcome, it'd definitely be to do with my family life and sort of adjusting to the course and being your own boss it can be hard. I was originally when I started working from home. and I have a dog, and he was never walked more, and my house was never cleaner. So I recently signed up to a co-working space, which has been awesome for me. But in general, the course is life changing. If you are prepared to do the work, if you are prepared to be open, and if you're prepared to really take something on and build something for yourself, I can't recommend anything higher. The value in Scott's course is tenfold on what you pay for it, and it doesn't stop once you purchase the course. That for me has been my favorite thing about it, incredibly, is that the value continues. Scott is so involved in all of our processes on a continual basis. There have been numerous times where he's hung out just personally with me after a group call just to make sure I'm feeling comfortable, to see if I need to work through any issues, provides incredible advice, and has ultimately given me the confidence to do something I never thought I'd be able to. So I'm forever indebted to you, Scott. I can't recommend it highly enough. And hopefully more people can take the plunge and make a lifestyle change for themselves, because ultimately spending more time with your family and friends and being really proud of something that you've built and actually helping people is something that I feel really, really good about. And yeah, it's been able to be applied into many aspects of my life. So get on board.